All right, since we're talking about the Providence Friars, let's bring in head coach of Providence, Ed Cooley. And Eddie, when I was with you at Butler, at that Butler game a couple months ago, you guys were 10-7. We had lunch, and it looked bleak at that point. And now you've got it going. You've won 9 out of 11 since. I didn't put you in the top 25 last week, and your fan base got they got on me a little bit. They're a little nuts. I'm going to show you a few tweets from your fan base. They don't like me, so you got to try to defend me here if you can, all right?
Well, the one thing our fans are is they're passionate and they're very biased, and extremely biased. And with all of print media, you guys do your job, and you're going off the numbers of who we didn't beat versus who we did beat. So I can understand your point. It's valid on what you talked about, and you're not always going to please everyone. So it is what it is, and I like the fact when you're the villain. Because it gives us something to talk about today.
And you said to me when we talked a couple months ago that you were too easy on this team early. Why? Why do you think that was the case? Because it wasn't like you came off some unbelievable year last year where you completely trusted them and they earned that trust. Why and why did you flip it?
I think taking for granted that you have 5 seniors, 2 of which are graduate seniors. Malik White, Alpha Diallo, and Khalif have been with us from day one as we recruited them out of high school. And I just thought, I may have given them too much credit and leeway and not being myself as far as being demanding, holding them way more accountable, getting on them for little things. And I think the slippage really cost us early, big time. So that's why I said I got to do a better job of leading, do a better job of just being a lot more demanding. And when we made that shift as a staff, I thought we became a better team.
Luane Pipkins and Alpha Diallo, for the first couple months of the season, really weren't what we expected them to be, at least from the outside. And you look at them now, and they're 2 of your best players, like we thought that they would be. What changed, and how important is it to have them playing the way that they've been playing recently?
I think you guys talked about it, the psychology part. Sitting down and talking to them about the importance of now. And, when talking to Luan, I'm his 3rd coach in 5 years. At UMass, he had played for Kellogg, and then he played, I'm drawing a blank here.
Matt McCall.
For Matt. So it's, it takes time for people to trust you, And then with Alpha's situation, not putting as much pressure on himself. I felt he was putting too much pressure on himself, and it was really paralyzing him. Just told him, hey, go out, play your game. You're one of the most versatile players in the country. You're a tough matchup as you can play all over the court, and just be who you have to be. And I said, if you just do what you have to do, we're going to become a better team. So having those one-on-one conversations with them, and then them having team success really has helped them and really has helped us come a long way.
So when you were 10-7 and we sat down for lunch that day, are you at all thinking, and you're a Providence guy, through and through, right? Like you are Providence. But are you at all thinking at that point, hey, maybe I should have taken that Michigan job. Maybe I should have looked a little bit harder at that Michigan job when you guys were struggling the way you were?
Not once has that crossed my mind. Not once. I believe in the vision of Providence College. I believe in our leadership. I believe in our president and athletic director and our board. There's going to be ups and downs in life. There's going to be times where the ball doesn't fall in the basket. But, I look at the positive side of things where we can go, and the challenge is to get better. And I don't think you just give in because it's not always greener on the other side. We have green pastures here. We've positioned ourselves to try to make a run late in the conference season. We have an opportunity to go to the Big East tournament and try to win a couple of games, if not all of them, and then have an opportunity to be a postseason team. So, it's a long season, I tell the players, that goes fast. A long season that goes fast, and here we are. End of the season. It's unbelievable how fast this year went. Unbelievable.
I bet the first half, Eddie, I bet the first half didn't go quite as fast as the second half for you.
No, it was real fast. It was really fast and really, really stressful.
All right, we're going to end this on a 3-point play. 3 quick questions, Eddie, and I'm going to start with your attire. You're a pretty good-looking guy. You dress well, but there was a suit you wore recently, I think February 29th against Villanova. I don't know. Let's take a look at it here. I'm not sure what's going on with this suit, Eddie, and who picked this out? Was this you? Was this Bob Walsh, your assistant? Who picked this suit out?
You know, I always give my wife credit for. She dresses me and tells me what's important. That's some Villanova colors there. It's a checkered suit. It's a checkered shirt. I don't know how many people can get away. You for sure cannot get away with wearing that.
Hell
suit.
no. Hell no. I
No,
wouldn't
you
even
for
try.
sure can't. You know what? You got to believe in yourself to wear something like that. So, I thought I can pull it off. I think it looks pretty good, actually. Me personally, I think it looks pretty nice.
All right. Well, as long as your wife likes it, let's face it,
That's
all that matters.
That's all that matters, brother. That's all that matters.
So you're talking about the suits that you're wearing. I think that you can wear some nicer suits now that you have lost a little bit of weight recently. What is the food that you miss the most now that you are kind of more healthy?
Pizza. I love pizza. I can have pizza every day. Lunch, dinner, snacks, breakfast. Trying to cut down on the pizza intake is always a big thing.
All right, last one I got for you. Your favorite Jared Dudley story. Give me something good here that will go viral. Something really good on Jared Dudley, former BC star.
Jared Dudley. So we're in the huddle playing against, I think it was Pacific, and we were playing in Utah, I believe. I'm pretty sure this is. And he comes to the huddle, and it's a really tense time. And he talks to Coach Skinner, and he says, Coach, I need to touch the ball. I may not score it, but if I touch it, something positive is going to happen. We gave him the ball like 6 or 7 straight times, and we ended up winning the game in overtime. And that's when I looked up and I said, not only will he be a great player, but he's going to be a hell of a general manager.
Yeah.
He's one of the smartest kids I've ever coached who can't jump over a book.
No, he cannot. I still feel like I have a higher vertical than Jared Dudley. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate you joining us. A whole lot different than life was. You can smile now. 2 months ago, there weren't quite as much smiling coming out of you. So good luck this week in New York. I'll see you later.
Look forward to it. Thanks a lot for having me on. I appreciate you both.